इसमें फोटो कैसे खींचते हो आप? ये तो आगे लगा हुआ है, फोटो खींचते कैसे हो?
ये फोटो नहीं, ये वीडियो के लिए मेन।
अच्छा।
तो चलाते चलाते ये वाला बटन आप ऊपर वाला दबाओगे, अपने आप कैमरा ऑन करके वीडियो शुरू कर देगा। फिर इसको दबाओगे, वीडियो बंद करके कैमरा ऑफ कर देगा।
नहीं तो फिर जब आगे ओपन करोगे वीडियो तो उस वहीं से स्टार्ट हो जाएगी?
हाँ,
या अलग
नहीं नहीं,
बनेगी?
मतलब ये पीसेस बनते हैं। जैसे मोबाइल में आपने थोड़ी देर का वीडियो बना लिया, फिर आगे जाओगे, फिर एक और वीडियो बनाओगे, तो वही एक चंक में वीडियो बनता जाएगा ऐसे।
फिर उसको बाद में आप वो करोगे?
हाँ, जैसे करना है वैसे करना।
इससे फोटो नहीं उठा सकते?
फोटो रुक के लेना पड़ेगा आपको। फोटो ले सकते हो बट आपको रुकना पड़ेगा, इसमें कुछ चेंज करना पड़ेगा, फिर खींचना पड़ेगा। ये मतलब जाते जाते सिर्फ वीडियो के लिए मेन है।
साढ़े 9 बजे के बाद ट्रैफिक
यहाँ पे तब तक तो निकल जाए।
9 बजे के बाद आपके पीछे दुनिया भर की बाइक आई। खाली बाइक नहीं हो, एक बाइक पे दो दो लोग।
Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 5 of our Ladakh bike series. If you have seen the previous video, you would know that we left from Kargil to Leh. We are currently in Mulbek. We had a quick breakfast here. We spoke with the owner, who is a good guy. The food was good. I explained to him how a GoPro works. In the starting of the video, you would have seen it. And in return, I asked him if he could tell me a folklore story, and he did. So the story is called the Guardian Yak. What happened was there was a very small village in the district of Kargil, and people of the village were very disturbed by wild animals. They were pretty troubled by the weather and stuff like that. So what they did is they went to the temple and prayed to the god, please help us. It is a matter of life and death for us. And after a few days, one of the elders of the village, he saw a dream in which he saw a very big, magnificent white yak, and he thought it was a sign. After a few days, people of the village, they started seeing a yak in the area. He would just show up and then he would just leave. Usually he would come in those times when the village was attacked by wild animals or there were natural calamities and stuff like that, and it would lead children and elderly people to safety. There are many folklore stories about that yak. One of them was like there was an avalanche coming, and when yak suddenly appeared, and then he stood in the pathway of that avalanche, and somehow he deflected it and saved the entire village. One story is of a very stormy night when one of the young adults of the village, he lost his way while coming back, and the yak appeared and then he took him to his home. After those kind of incidents, people started believing that this is the guardian of the village. They started praying to him, they started offering him food and stuff like that. And you would see the influence of yak in everyday life. In Kargil, in Leh, all the paintings, clothings, everything. It is very much impacted by yaks. We stood at this place for quite some time. It stopped raining and we thought we have been driving in rain for so long that we should just stop and take a breather. We should just look at the landscape. That's what we are doing here, nothing else. We were just sitting on the bike, we were just enjoying the moment that we are here in Ladakh, two friends just riding the motorcycle, enjoying their life. We just stopped here, took a breather, and then we went ahead. We should be really careful when we are driving on these roads, right? You just saw the accident. The moment you lose focus for even a second, something or the other can happen. And you just have to keep looking at the road, keep looking at the surroundings, obviously enjoying it, but also be aware that something or the other can come up and you have to pay attention to the road. The roads here are quite good. you would not find bad roads here except for few patches on which the work is going on. And for that, I think we should appreciate border road organization for that. Those guys have been doing wonders in this area, and I'll tell you why. Because at high altitude it is very difficult to even breathe, let alone do the work, heavy lifting of building a road, and they have maintained it pretty good. So I think if you see one of those guys, or give them a thumbs up or something, because that would lift up their morals. Today we are heading to Lamayuru. It is also called the Moonland in India. I've seen a lot of pictures about how it looks and how the landscape is and stuff, and I'm very much excited to see it. Probably you guys will also get a glimpse of how it looks, but it's a very nice place to visit. The roads here were very good. We just fell in love with it. We couldn't take our eyes off it. In fact, there was no one on the road, the traffic was less, the rain stopped for some time, our hands and feet were numb. It was just perfect. If you take a look on the left hand side, you would find a little bit of greenery. It looks very fresh in this type of landscape, and I sometimes think, how can something this green can propagate at such altitudes, right? Because the entire mountains, everything, it is a cold desert, right? And how can something so beautiful propagate here? But that's the beauty of places. You never know what you will find, right? In this, while you're riding bike, when you're driving on these type of roads, it is like meditation for you. You're not doing anything else. You're just concentrating on riding. You're just looking ahead. You are very much concerned about how you move on the bike and stuff. And I am pretty happy to meditate on the bike from morning till evening. It is like a medicine for your soul. You can simply just ride a bike in these type of mountains and be content with your life. There is just one highway which connects Srinagar to Leh, and you would not even find any toll booths throughout, because there is one highway. You cannot set up a toll booth. You cannot restrict the movement, right? So, and you would not even need Google Maps while you're traveling towards Leh. You can just, after you leave the city, you can just put the Google Map out, and then you can travel on the single road. And what one benefit that it gives you is, you are just focused on driving. You are just soaking in the scenery. You are soaking in the driving part of it. This type of beauty, you cannot, the camera lens cannot justify it. You have to come here, you have to ride it through this terrain, and then you have to feel it, and then you'll actually believe how beautiful this looks with your naked eyes. This small screen cannot do justice to it. If somebody gives you an option, take the Srinagar Leh highway or take the Manali Leh highway to reach Leh, I would highly suggest you go through the Srinagar Leh route first. It takes time, and because it takes time, you see a lot of scenic routes, right? And you would not find a lot of bikers because it's a long route. Usually Manali Leh highway is preferred because of its short time, but there you'll find altitude sickness if you're not used to driving in high altitude terrains. So I would highly recommend, take the Srinagar Leh route, give it some time, and then go through it, and you will love the entire journey.
चल के जा रहे हैं कन्हैया कार्टून की तरह 15 minutes break here. This place was good. We'll move on. This is 70 kilometers from Kargil, 150 towards home. We have to go more. We are at 13,000 feet. Once we did trekking at that height. I remember Tungnath, right? Close to 13,500. Today I'm bike riding. Life takes you places you can't even imagine. I literally couldn't imagine this.
Thank you for watching this episode and giving your time. It really means a lot.
Let's go.
If you have seen the previous episodes, thank you so much. If you're not, I would highly encourage you to go back to the playlist and watch the entire series. It will give you an idea of how tough these road conditions and everything were. If you like this channel, or if you like this video, do give a thumbs up. Do consider subscribing for future videos. The next video will be the last one in the series because of some mishap that happened. So if you want to watch this, do subscribe to our channel.